That's what I thought. Huh? Maybe, maybe not. All right, we're still looking for
nice
him.
We got him.
That nice big intro, and then crickets.
No, I can hear you perfectly.
Well, I can hear you now. How are you,
yeah,
my
how
friend?
about that?
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. You?
Well, things are good. Things are good, and I'm just like in awe here because you are by far one of my most favorite comedians over the years. You've put together quite a string. I didn't know you were the largest selling comedic record artist ever in history. You've sold more albums, even like more than George Carlin and those guys?
Those people that check it out told me that I have sold more than Cosby and Carlin combined.
Oh, wow.
Which is just nuts, you know? You're like, really?
You're surprising yourself.
And
I'm out here trying to avoid picking up heavy stuff for a living, and something happened. So.
Well, you've also had time somewhere in there to write 26 books. I'm still trying to get my first one out the door. How in the world have you had time? Is it just all these crazy jokes going through your head and you think, hey, there's a book in that one?
It's just loving what you do, I think.
Is it?
Which is 30 years of doing this, I still love it. And I was always lucky because real early on I just kind of thought, hey, if I think something or my wife says it or my family does it, hopefully we're not the only ones. And so I always talked about my life. And if you go back and look at those old albums or, Showtime or HBO specials, it's talking about dating, then it's talking about being a newlywed, then it's talking about being a new dad, and then it's talking about having little kids, and you're taking your family to Hawaii. So whatever, I tell everybody, I said, every album or special is kind of a snapshot at what was going on in my life that year. And with this tour, because Larry and I have been buddies literally since the first year we ever did this. And we did a benefit. There was he lives in Nebraska. We did a benefit last year for this kid had cancer and his family had no money, and we did this benefit for him. And Larry said, "Hey, let's try something different. We'll each do stand up, but at the end, let's bring the stools out and just take questions from the audience."
Oh, God.
And I'm like,
dude,
I don't know if this is going to work or not. And it was a blast. It was a blast. And so we were working together in Vegas in December during Rodeo Week. And we did the same thing. And so at the end of the night there, I said, let's do this. Let's both go write a brand new hour apiece. Let's just write a brand new hour, and we'll each do that. And then, we'll take questions from the audience. And Larry goes, a brand new hour? Ooh, I got to think. And so I started laughing. I said, well, we'll call it the We've Been Thinking Tour. But we kind of, and I love doing those big shows like we did on the Blue Collar Tour, but some of them, the arenas were so big, it was just always weird to me for comedy. Mm-hmm. And so I said, hey, if we do this, let's go play some of those fun smaller theaters, where it's, especially if we're going to be taking questions, where it's more intimate than, some 10,000-seater.
Yeah.
And so that's what we decided to do, and I'm so looking forward to it.
Yeah, you're going to love the Peabody Opera House, completely renovated, and while it does have pretty good seating capacity, I think it's like 3,200, something like that.
Perfect size.
Yeah, but it's very intimate. I mean, the folks are right up on top of you. That upper balcony is literally leaning over, looking down at you. It'll be a great venue to see you and Larry the Cable Guy. Real quick, the Redneck series, are you truly a redneck, or are you just hang out with a lot of them to actually know that you might be a redneck when?
Well, my definition of it, because in the beginning people say, well, what do you mean? And I always called it a glorious absence of sophistication. And it really didn't matter where you lived or how much money you had. And yeah, I mean, because I've been doing the page-a-day calendars for that since 1990. So think about that, 25 years. And every year I'm like, there can't be 365 more. We've killed this. There can't. And there are, and people go, how do you keep coming up with these? And I'm like, there's no research. This is my family.
Just walk through Walmart, and you get 30 probably.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah.
So
I was arguing with somebody the other day. I said, because if I was a politician, I would make a lot of rules that there would be no more thing. And one of the things is no more trophies for everybody in sports. Because there are winners and there are losers.
Yes.
And if you don't believe me, let's get in my car and go to Walmart after midnight. Walmart after midnight makes The Walking Dead look like America's Next Top Model.
Of all the redneck jokes you've had to come up with, I say had to come up with, you've obviously have enjoyed doing this. Are there a couple that absolutely are your all-time favorites? Because, I mean, it's hard for me to even to remember one because I've heard so many from you. Well, but I'm always wondering, what's his favorite?
It was kind of like picking amongst your children.
Yeah,
Right.
But one of them I came up with on the spot. I was doing a thing for NASCAR, and he said, make up a NASCAR one right now. And it ended up being one of my all-time favorites, and it was, I said, okay, if your son's name is Dale Jr. and your name's not Dale, you might be a redneck.
You might be a redneck.
Oh, that's good.
That is
Hey,
good.
I want to ask you about Are You Smarter Than the Fifth Grader? Because, Jeff, I swear every time I turn the television on, it is on.
It's on Game Show Network. It's
Now,
all over the place.
Is that...
Well,
is it-
we're back on Fox. We're back in prime time now on Tuesday nights, which is just crazy because people would come up to me and go, Fox needs to bring that show back. And you know, you'd smile, but I'm thinking, well, that doesn't happen. Once you're off, you're off. And Fox came to me at the end of the year and said, hey, if we brought this back, would you want to host it? And I'm like, yes, it's my baby.
I know. I mean, it started 50 million years ago, and it's amazing that it's still on. So you're doing something right there,
It's such a great premise. You know, when Mark Burnett first pitched it to me, I said, what is it? And he said, adults taking an elementary school test for a shot at $1 million. And I just started laughing. I said, that's brilliant because everybody's going to think they can do it. Mm-hmm. And, boy, you find out pretty quickly you can't.
Hey, Jeff, I'm bringing a new show to Fox Sports TV called The Manly Man Show, and it's like Home Shopping Network meets Shark Tank meets Duck Dynasty, okay?
Oh, I love it.
Oh, imagine. We're selling products. It's cool gadgets, cool games, cool stuff. And I know you have an outdoor company. You and I need to talk, brother.
We do need to talk.
You do.
Yeah,
I mean, you got a whole line of products for dudes, right?
Yeah, well, people laugh at me. When I'm not working, I have a farm, and when I'm not working, I'm on a tractor most of the time. I don't want Porsches, and I don't want. I just love being out on the farm, and I love to bow hunt. I love to fish. I love to hike, and so. A few years ago, I just had friends that would invent these things for the outdoors, and I'm like, dude, that's cool. And so we started an outdoor company called Foxworthy Outdoors, and it was just kind of innovative stuff for people that love doing stuff outside.
Dude, we got to talk, no question. Give me your cell phone real quick on the air so we can...
Just between the two of you. No one else will
You can find
hear
it on a lot of bathroom walls across the country. So.
Jeff Foxworthy, you're coming to the Fox in October. Maybe that's when we can catch up while you're in town. I'm sorry, I said the Fox. It's going to be at the Peabody Opera House. You're going to be there on July 31st, but tickets go on, on October 30th. But today, July 31st, is when your tickets go on sale, 10 a.m., and you can get those, I believe, at Ticketmaster, right?
Yeah, you can get them at Ticketmaster, and like I said, we're doing the smaller theaters this time, Larry and I, so
awesome.
you may want to grab them early.
Fantastic. Jeff Foxworthy, one of the all-time leading comedians in American history. Honored to talk to you, my friend.
Honored to talk to y'all. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, and we'll see you in a couple of months.
Take care.
Sounds good.
All right, y'all. Take care. Have a good day.
7:31.